All right, so the title of this video is, if you're still driving Uber like it's 2023, you're losing money in 2026, all right? Got a nice graphic to show you there. Yeah, there's a guy driving the streets, looks a little panicked. Okay, so most drivers haven't failed, they're just using outdated strategies. So in 2026, right now, Happy New Year, that costs real money. You know, things like chasing surge, like taking every ride, like not using AI. There was no real AI in 2023. Now it's a very valuable tool for all Uber and Lyft drivers. So in this video, I'm going to go over five strategies that are going to carry you into a strong 2026. And stick around to the end. I'm going to share with you something that it took me years to learn, and all that and a whole lot more coming right up. Hey everybody, it's Jay Crater with the Rideshare Guy, and today I am drinking, this is from across the street, Amazon. It's a coffee shop here, and I'm trying a new drink. I'm on a carnivore diet. So I came back from the holidays like 8 pounds heavier than I was when I started the holidays. So I've been back on my diet. And I realized that I used to get a latte. And a latte is like 12 to 15 carbs. So what I'm doing now is a double espresso with just a little cream, little foam on top. So that's what we're drinking. Really has a coffee punch that a latte does not. But I got into ketosis today and I'm not going to lose it. So, okay. So, by way of background, rideshare economics have shifted. I'm no genius for telling you that. More and more people are losing their jobs because of AI. Driving for Uber and Lyft is certainly something to consider doing because there's a very low barrier to entry. You just need a car. You can even rent a car. And, so more drivers, probably less people wanting Uber and Lyft because those people who just lost their jobs aren't taking Uber anymore. Really, since the pandemic, a lot of people are working from home, which is a quelched demand. So here we are. Screw all that, okay? Still a huge, great opportunity driving Uber and Lyft. And what we're going to do is just cover some strategies here so you can get started in 2026 kicking ass, okay? Kicking ass and taking names. Number one, only accept profitable rides. Now, you may say that's pretty obvious, but a lot of people just take every ride that comes along. So you got to calculate, what's your number? For me, it's $30 an hour. Acceptance rate is irrelevant as far as I can see right now. I'm just going to take the rides that work, and if they don't work for me, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to waste my time. What happens so many times is I will decline a ride that's paying $25 or paying $20 or paying $15, and then within minutes I get a ride that pays $35 or $40. So you got to know your market, and you got to know your number, and you got to know what you're willing to take. But then you got to be firm and stick to your number. Number two, waiting time destroys earnings. Waiting time destroys earnings. So when you're sitting around waiting for a ride, you got to ask yourself, am I driving at the best time of the day for me, right? So when I started out, I was driving full time, and I would drive like from 4 in the morning till like 2 in the afternoon. So I was driving all day. Then I kind of shifted to more of a weekend. And what I found is my most potent time is from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings. So that's when I have literally no waiting time because there aren't that many drivers out. Most people don't want to get up at 2 in the morning, take a shower, get dressed, get your coffee, pull it all together, get the gas in your car and be on the road accepting pings at 3 a.m. But in my market of Sacramento, that works. So you got to find out what works in your market. Number three, I mentioned this earlier, don't chase surge. Take a look at that image, all right? That used to be how most drivers were. It's like, oh God, I'm gonna make an extra $10 on the next ride. And then you chase it, and by the time you get there, most of the time, it's diminished or it's completely gone. The only time I take surge is if I see it and I'm actually in the area, right? And then I just automatically get it. Never chase it, because if you're chasing it, everyone else is chasing it. Before you know it, there's no rides to be had in that area. Probably better to just drive away from it and be the only driver in a different area. Refuse rides to nowhere. All right, number 4, refuse rides to nowhere. So I had a ride. It was from Berkeley to Yosemite. And I think it paid like $180, but it was like a 5-hour ride. And I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. You know, I was new as a driver, and I thought, oh, I'm going to make $180 in the next 5 hours. That's good. But I was basically in nowhere land. As you can see in the image here, I asked AI to make me an image of an Uber car on the surface of Mars. So that's what you got there. And that's what it was like in Yosemite. And for the next 4 hours, I drove back, and there was no pings, there was nothing. So I was just deadheading. Okay, number 5, manage your time with AI. So we have these great tools. I use ChatGPT and I use Gemini 3. And they each seem to, provide different benefits. One seems better than the other at certain things. But it's real easy to just get online and say, here's my schedule. How can I maximize my time to earn the highest dollars per hour and achieve my goals? And see what AI tells you, right? Another way you can manage your time is when you're in your car and you have questions about an area or questions about a landmark, or the passenger asks a question and you don't know the answer. That's a great time to use AI. This is something we didn't have before. And everything you can do to make the ride for your passenger better, more informative, a more pleasant conversation, a more valuable conversation, a more memorable conversation, the more they're going to give you a tip. And let's face it, besides selecting rides that are profitable, there aren't a lot of bonuses being offered anymore. So you got tips, and tips become more and more important because you get 100% of the tips. So use AI to manage your time and also to manage the quality of the rides. Okay, look at that graphic. Key takeaways for the new year, 2026. Isn't that beautiful? So if you don't update your strategies, you're just going to be losing out relative to the other drivers. I wrote an article recently and I said, it may not seem like it, but I'm competing against you, right? Because when a passenger gets in your car, they're kind of comparing you to every other ride they've had. And if you're a better driver and your experience is better, you're more likely to get a tip because they're doing that comparison. I do that. I get into a car. First thing I'm like, is it a clean car? And then I'm like, are they playing some music that I like? Next thing is, are they talking over me? Are they just like barraging me with their life story that I don't really care about? These are things that I immediately check off in my mind. So in this very competitive environment, and it's becoming more competitive with more drivers, you need to update your strategies. And I shared with you 5 ways that you can update your strategies. And I'm sure you can think of others now that I've brought some of these things up, things you can do to improve your performance so that when someone gets in your car, they say, wow, this person's really got it dialed in. They deserve more money from me. So your choices are, you can downplay how much things have changed and be reactive to the situation and complain, or you can take control, learn everything you can to improve, and become one of those, I would say, top 10 drivers who make good money still in this environment, and they don't need to complain. They're happy doing their job. So the choice is yours. I invite you to become the latter and get in that top 10% club, make some good money, and really be thriving. All right. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. I'm trying to be very optimistic because it's the beginning of the year and that's how I'm feeling. I'm drinking my double espresso, keeping my carb count low. All right. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. That helps a lot for more people to see the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to our channel. You're going to get great content virtually every day. Go out and tell somebody you love them today. That will make their day. And even though it's uncomfortable, you're going to feel great after you've done it because you pushed through that uncomfortable, that zone of discomfort and achieve something. And be safe out there on the road. This is Jake Rader with the Rideshare Guy. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.